come again. I wanna be so high in your eyes. I wanna disappear inside you and be alright tonight. You say your medicine is all that I require, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. I would never disappear when I'm open wide, if it's most of the time. I've been sinking here 'cause I can't seem to make up my mind. You say your innocence is all that I desire, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. It's true, I've been dreaming of you. Nothing I take can help me escape that truth. You need me, well, I need me too. You say the evidence is found in my denial, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. It's true, I've been dreaming of you. Nothing I take can help me escape that truth. The way I behave, I wait, gets in the way. Nothing I say can take my reputation away. You need me, I need me too. Hey, I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. You, I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just wanna change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant. You're radiant. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be alone, my friend. He cut his wrist instead. There's your answer. You better save yourself, or else nothing like success. I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? You know I do. Yo. Let's go. Sunday night. Fucking Mariners win. These are not my words, are mine. Most of the time, wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need
Yo. Yo. Here we go. Do you need anything like I need you? So I hope. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? So I hope. Do you need anything like I need you? Oh. Do you need? Yo, Dude, this song is from 1998. I do have some CDs of this that will be available end of summer. The website is finally transferred. Yeah, everything you hear. So the thing is because I have albums that are available right now on Spotify and Apple Music, or you can buy them at CD Baby and whatnot. But those are like, I can't listen to that music during the stream because it would get copy struck by myself, right? I mean, I could listen to it and then I like would have to get the thing lifted every time. I'm trying to work something out with CD Baby where I can just exempt the whole channel. So I do have records already available. So the music we're listening to on this channel is shit that is not on Spotify and Apple Music. That is old. You know, it's like some of the songs that we hear are from the Full Blown Red, which was the, 98. That was the band I was in that moved to Portland. And then there is some stuff from my very, the following band after that, which was Number 3 Breakdown. And that was a 2-piece band here in Portland, circa like 2002, 2003. And then we also listened to some songs from my first solo demo, which was in 2004. Right? End of 2003, early 2004. That's what we've been listening to here. And now the Number 3 Breakdown and the Full Blown Red stuff will be available at the end of the summer. Right? But it is in limited supply. So, right? Can't wait till you get on. Yeah, so I'm already on Amazon Music, boss. Like, if you look for Failure Looks So Good and Let Go Afterglow, those are the fucking titles. I'm sure those records are already on Amazon. Right? I'm sure of it. Let me see. Let me look it up. Amazon Music, Failure Looks So Good. Yeah, dude, it's already on there. Right? There, it's on there. Oh shit, they have it looks like they have the audio CDs as well, in addition to streaming. But yeah, it's on there. Let's go. Tis on there. Yeah, you have to look by the, I think you have to look by the records, right? Because the problem, here's the problem. You can't really yet. Yeah, Andrew, if you look for Failure Looks So Good and you look for Let Go Afterglow, search by the record, because here's the problem. The problem is there was a really big British pop band, like an 𝗙𝗪𝗡𝗏 or whatever, called The Wanted, okay? And because they were on a major label and they were like a very big thing, they came after me, but because they're a major label, they like pretty much own all the search results. So my music act was called The Wanteds, okay? It was plural. And The Wanted came after The Wanteds, but I was always an indie rock. Like anybody on a major label is going to pretty much own the search results because, you know, they pay money to like dominate the SEO and of course, you know, they had a much bigger reach. So just by being on a label, they have more, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's best to look for my music by either searching for the records, or if you just put my name, if you search The Wanted's Tommy Harrington, then you'll find all of that shit, right? That is the non-major label. But those records, Let Go Afterglow and Failure Looks So Good, they're everywhere. They're on, you know, YouTube Music, Amazon, Spotify, like you name it. Pop music ruins everything? I don't know about that. I like pop music. I've never heard the band The Wanted, but I've never heard the band The Wanted, so I can't really say if they're good, but I love pop music. I do. I absolutely do. Yeah, you found it? Nice. And see, what's interesting is, and when see, Failure Looks So Good, and then that is a 3-piece version of the band, and then Let Go Afterglow is the solo record. But it doesn't look like they're linked, though. Right? I think you have to look them up separately. Right? Yeah, Let Go Afterglow's on there, too. Let's go. All right. Good. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. There's Let Go Afterglow, also on Amazon. All right. Let's go. Explicit lyrics. Look at that. Knew I was English. Harrington. Yes, I am. I'm English, Irish, and then my mom's side was German, right? But yeah, no, we have a long English, Irish heritage. Dude, I feel a kinship with the UK boss. I really do. Let's go. Let's go, man. And it's funny too, because I was in a band with a guy from Preston, from Northern England, and he and I were amazing. That was a really good version of the band. That was actually the version of the band. He was a drummer that garnered major label interest, was when Richard was in the band. And then in the very beginning, right? In the very beginning of my music playing, I lived with a guy from Scotland. I had a roommate from a guy who was here illegally from Scotland, and he taught me a lot about playing guitar. He was really good at the guitar, and I was like, dude, why aren't you in a band? His name was Steve, and dude, he was so good. Like, he was one of the better guitar players I've run into, honestly, in my life. And I'm like, dude, you should start a band. And you know what he said to me? He was like, dude, no, it's a lot of work, mate. Right? I'm like, what? And he's like, no, man, too much work, dude. He was like, no, man, I'm not being in a band. And I was just starting to get in a band. And so I thought he was crazy. But then after being in bands for 20 years, I totally understand why somebody would not want to be in a band. Because it is a lot of fucking work. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of grueling. Like even when you get on the road, guys, it's like psychological warfare, okay? Because even when you're on the road, there are these crazy ups and downs. And, you know, where even when you're on a label, I knew a lot of bands that were on labels. And you know what their life was? Their life was they didn't have a home, okay? Because they would tour like 275 days a year. And so they couldn't afford to have an apartment. So when they weren't on tour, they were crashing on couches or living with their parents. And when they were on the road, it was like hit and miss. One show would have 400 people. The next show would have like 15. And it was like that, like year in and year out. And all those guys, they would have a life on the road, but they didn't have anything. They had no money. Like on the road, they got to party, they got to drink, they got to whatever. But like, you know, stay in hotels, but they had no friends. They had no real social life other than being the tour social life, which can get chaotic. And then they were on the road and they had nobody except the band. And then the band would usually like end up hating each other because the stress of being on the road, 250 shows a year with like one good show, one terrible show, one good show, 5 shows with nobody there. You know, you're booked with a big act and then they cancel you and this, that, and the other. It like stresses you out. Like if it, you know, and then if you make it, it gets even harder because then you start fighting about money, about songwriting credit. Then you start arguing with how to promote the music. And then, you know, the ones that make it, like, you know, only 1 out of 100 of those like continue to make it. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, it's hard. It's a hard life. It is like, it has to be pursued by people that simply need to create. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because what's wild about it, guys, I did see Almost Famous. You know what's wild about it, though, guys, is you can't really control if you make it, okay? That's what's weird about it. You can be a great band with incredible music, even selling out shows, and it may not really launch to the next level because it really is like timing. You know what I'm saying? It really is like a weird timing thing where if you're there at the right time around the right people, it can blow up. And if you're not, if you're early or late, you will just be like, if you're early, you might be remembered. And if you're late, you're just never going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But if you're early, if you're doing something really amazing, but you're doing it too early, you'll be like remembered by people because you inspired them all, but like nobody will know who you are. And there's a lot of bands that were like that. You know, in particular, I think of the Replacements from Minneapolis. Everybody's heard of the Replacements. It was Paul Westerberg went on to have the big solo career, but the Replacements were like this amazing thing that everyone in the underground knew who they were and was super inspired by them, but the band never went anywhere, even though they made some genius fucking records. And they were huge in Minneapolis, you know? Dude, it's just weird. It's like, it's crazy. It's just crazy shit, guys. I mean, I've seen it in my own life where musically, you've heard the music. I made this great music. I toured. I fucking played to like, you know, sold out rooms and shit. Never got a record label. And never fucking, you know what I'm saying? It never really fucking took off. Then I tried very hard to have a film career. Never took off. Then, you know what I did? I started streaming Fortnite on a PS4 in my living room. And 2 years later, I was internationally famous and had paid off like all of the debts we had. Dude, from streaming Fortnite on a fucking PS4 in my living room in an IKEA chair. I didn't even have a gamer chair. I was sitting in an IKEA like dining room table chair streaming Fortnite on a PS4 with the PS4 camera and reading my chat on my phone, duct tape to a mic stand. And for whatever reason, I was the right thing at the right time and it just fucking blew up. Yeah, it was just the timing, right? It's like so weird, guys. That's why I say like don't stress about like, I mean, you got to work hard. You got to be good. You got to offer something. You got to like know what you're selling and you know, you can't like not work hard, but the point is that you got to be doing something you really love, okay? And I think it helps. Yeah, it helps when you're not like, oh my God, if this doesn't make it, I don't know what I'll do, right? It helps if you're just doing something you love and not worried too much about it, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's kind of like my sort of general philosophy. You know, it really is timing. YouTube is oversaturated. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's hard. It's hard breaking into YouTube now. Although I feel like I'm doing a pretty good, you know, YouTube's going pretty good, dude. Sub Rosa says, Booze, promise me you'll watch High Ren today. Let's go. What's High Ren? Let's go. Thank you, Sub Rosa. Dude, I'm going to get that video game thing. You want to be product or do you want to be musician? That is a strange line you have to negotiate in today's entertainment industry. Yeah, well, so I think it's different though. I think today offers some different opportunities, right? Because like when I was playing music, it was really hard to have a like financially lucrative career without a label. Okay. That is accurate. That you know, back in the 90s and the 80s and even into the early 2000s, without a label, you couldn't really have a successful career. And then the label would sort of decide what your package was going to look like and they would sell it. I think what today offers is today people can blow up on their own and they can create an image and a personality online and it can be very true to what they believe in and they can control it and put it out there and they can build a following like with themselves, like through TikTok and like Instagram and Facebook and shit. And we didn't really have that until MySpace. And even MySpace, that was just like messaging. I think today's musicians, if you know how to market yourself, or if you can figure out how to market yourself, there's a lot more room for people to make it on their own, which is pretty amazing. I mean, it's hard because it's like fucking saturated and shit. But, you know, but yeah, I don't know what the High Ren thing is, but I mean, if you want to put a link to it, I will watch it. I'm not going to watch it on stream though, because if something got 70 million views, I'm sure I would watch it on stream and they would copy strike my shit. Dude, I watched a fucking blurry Andrew Tate clip and they fucking copy struck my stream like a couple days ago. You know, it's fucking brutal, dude. But yeah, put a link though. I don't know what that is. My kid had a friend named Ren though. That was pretty cool. Oh, it's Ren and Stimpy. Oh yeah, I definitely can't watch that shit on stream. But oh, it's a rapper? Yeah. But again, put a link to it. I will look at it off stream and I will fucking check it out. And then, you know, we can watch it down the road if it's something that doesn't fucking fuck with the capitalism. Let's go, baby. Dude, it's wild, dude. Some shit is fucking brutal. Dude, people are like, they get crazy. Dude, like Logan Paul, especially Jake Paul, those guys, and like the what was the podcast? It was the podcast that had Andrew Tate on the other night. We watched it on Twitter. Dude, a lot of those podcasts, they're those like fucking Logan Paul adjacent podcasts are all fucking, you know, super bad at like they copy strike everybody. They're so greedy, dude. They are, dude. They're so greedy. It's crazy. You know? They like, dude, it's fucking brutal. All right, let's get the goal going. Let's go. You guys having a good weekend? Dude, I saw Supergirl tonight. I thought I really enjoyed it. Dude, I really liked Supergirl. I liked her character, man. I just related to her character so much. The reluctant hero. Dude, they fucking... So, all right, so here we go. So here's a little fucking of what we're going to look at. We are going to look at the Trump meltdown. We are going to look at Andrew Tate fucking being a mook. Of course, he's being such a ween, dude. Dude, Andrew, let's go. Dude, the good Andrew, drop it in. Let's go. Dude, yeah, dude, what a crybaby. Like this guy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how is it that this guy spends his whole fucking career preaching to men about you gotta be tough, quit complaining, fucking, right? Quit your bitching. You gotta be tough, powerful, this and that. The dude is a whiner, bro. What a massive fucking whiner, okay? So we're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at Tate whining. We are going to look at Trump today having a meltdown online, being a fucking douchebag. This guy is like desperate. We are going to talk about the Seattle shooting a little bit. I'm not going to go too into the shooting, but I do want to talk about how, you know, it seems like when Trump is president, these big events happen like more often. These crazy sort of like public shootings and shit fucking go nuts. When he's president, I think there's a thing that gets activated with his aggression and his degeneracy that really fucks shit up. Okay? So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the shooting and talk about that. We might look at Tucker Carlson. We're going to look at a little 𝗙𝗙ecie shit. Right? And then there were some fake ICE attacks. There's been 2 now, guys. 2 fake ICE things going on that you have to really, you got to keep your eyes open with some of this shit. Dude, let's go. Dude, Shin Godzilla, Sakatada.
Hey! Modarabaka Sakatarabaka Sakatara.
Yeah, dude, Andrew Tate is a wuss, bro. He is a wuss. Dude, Christine, he's in New York City. I believe he is in the shoe, right? Or let me see. I think he's in New York City. He is. Oh, no, no, no. So he's in the special housing unit in Miami. I thought they had moved him, but he is actually in Miami. So he's in the SHU in Miami. Okay. He is in Miami. It's federal. It was the same for Epstein. Epstein was in federal, but he was in the SHU in New York City. Okay. So Tate is in the federal detention center, downtown Miami, in the special housing unit. So yeah, so he's fucking, what a whiner, bro. What a crybaby. He is such a non-alpha male. Dude, let's go ahead and just start with him, shall we? Let's go ahead and, it is federal, yes. And Epstein's was federal too. Okay? They're federal, you know, extradition and, you know, yeah. And extradition to a foreign country, right? He reported that he's shitting himself. Well, let's take a look and let's see what we've got here. Okay, let's fucking go into this shit and go take a look at Mr. fucking Andrew Titty Tate. All right, because he's been actively tweeting the thing that I saw. Right? Oh my god, dude. He is getting, why they arrested me, he's getting community noted, which is amazing. He's getting brutal community notes. All right. And now look at what he said. He's doing this shit. He's trying to adopt Nick Fuentes' language, right? Nick Fuentes called it a Me Too. And he says, England invented a Me Too from 20 years ago, and I now languish in an American maximum security jail as a political prisoner, dude. A shame. Dude, look at this idiot. He thinks he's Nelson Mandela. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, boss. All right? Give me a fucking break, okay? What a whiner. A political prisoner, right? New criminal case. The UK has failed. Dude, they're dredging up all these old tweets. They're trying so hard. Dude, email me in prison. I mean, this guy is not living a hard life. But this was the one, dude. Okay? It was, right? Oh my God, look at this. Dude, look at it. He did it. He did not. Look at this. He pulled up a tweet from last year, guys, and he actually mentions Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, Donald Trump, and Andrew G.A.Y. Tate. Come on, bro. Oh my God. Give me a fucking break, dude. These guys are like, to even put Donald Trump in there is so funny. Like you have these guys that are literally changing the world for the better. These guys that are fighting like serious institutions. And then you have Donald Trump, who is fighting to protect the oppressed white Christians that have power and control over everything. Like, dude, just idiots, bro. Oh my God, dude. All this, people, look at people's responses. Dude, this is so funny. Dude, Blakely, it's like, bro sells online courses and thinks he's Nelson Mandela. This guy's like, get ready for jail, pussy. Dude, I love it. I love the responses. They're going apeshit. But right here, this is the one that I saw, guys. This one was like, I saw this tweet and it was like, it was tiny violins, okay? Tiny violins started playing. Oh, and they were playing, oh, Tate, oh, Tate, you want to come here? Oh, come have a little bite on the nipple. Come here, Tate. Oh, the tiny violins. Oh, Tate's so oppressed. There's no parking space for his Bugatti in the special housing unit. Dude, They don't have a parking space for the Bugatti, I guess, at the Federal Detention Center in downtown Miami. Oh. Well, look at this. You ready? He says, I'm in special housing unit. My water faucet is broken. I am not allowed bottles of water in shoe. I have nothing clean to drink. My only water comes from the shower, warm, and from a brown and filthy faucet. It has given me persistent stomach problems. The water I am drinking is not clean. I am an American. Dude, so dramatic. You know, guys, wait a second, though. Is there a data center? He sounds like he's not in prison. He sounds like he lives by a data center. Interesting. We'll have to go look at the map and see if there's a data center close by. Dude, what a fucking crybaby. Seriously. What a whiner. You have nothing clean to drink? All right, Andy. Yo, Andy. It's Political Punk here. Thanks for calling. Yo, I'm reading your tweet. And I got to say, bro, my heart breaks for you. Yes. Though, like, oh my God, the not having clean water, having to drink water out of your shower, your water faucet is broken. That is like truly heartbreaking. But I do have a little bit of advice. All right, you ready? You sitting down? Okay, so my advice is don't rape. Okay, how about that? How's that sound? Huh? You fucking piece of shit? Maybe don't rape. Maybe don't cam underage girls. All right, maybe don't abuse women. Don't make like 100 videos talking about choking them out and shit. And then you wouldn't be drinking out of a dirty faucet, you fucking beta. Dude, seriously, shut the fuck up. All right, nobody wants to hear your crybaby shit, man. You got to stop complaining. You got to start becoming the master of your domain there, little guy. Oh, broken water faucet. Oh. All right, fuck you. Bye-bye. Jesus. Sorry. I didn't want to have to, like, you know, drop truth bombs on that dumbass. But, like, yo, dude. Seriously, what is wrong with this guy? What a whiner, dude. You like that? Master of your domain? Dude. Oh. What a whiner. Bro, dude, I was like, you shouldn't have been a rapist, you weakling. Dude, look at this one. That sounds dreadful. Oh my God, someone hit him with the cat filing their nails. Right? Oh, dude, the guy who spent years telling men to stop complaining and be a man is out here writing full essays about dirty shower water. And his stomach problem. Dude. Oh, look at this guy. Remember to leave a bad review on TripAdvisor or something. Oh, Jesus, dude. TripAdvisor. Oh my God, that shit is so good, dude. The TripAdvisor. Oh, look at this, dude. This guy. Special housing unit water experience. Dude, broken faucet. No bottles allowed. Forced to drink warm water around filthy shower faucet. What are my rights? 1 star. Would not recommend. Oh, shit. Dude, Andrew T. Today. Dude, this shit just cracks me up. Bro. Oh my God. Oh, dude. Have you tried running the water through your purple blouse to filter it? Oh, shit, dude. Isn't that funny? Oh my God, dude. They are fucking... The internet. Sometimes, guys, sometimes the internet just makes it all worthwhile. Oh my God, dude. Dude, that is so good. Bro, so good. Oh, shit. Dude, what is he doing, man? What is he fucking doing? Right? And then there's like, dude, oh, look at this. They're trying to get people to stand outside this. Oh my God, dude. What a fucking... Now, where is the pooping information, dude? Is he shitting himself? Dude, is he shitting himself? I mean, we hear about the cannibal, right? But is he actually fucking having to use a bucket? Is that what it is? Right? Is he have to use a bucket? Does he have no water? Is there no way to like flush the toilet? Is he having to bucket this shit? Oh shit, dude. Is currently, oh, I get it. No. I get it now. What they're saying is they're implying because he's having stomach problems, his persistent stomach problems, meaning he's shitting himself, right? You know what I mean? That must be where they're drawing the inference, right? That he's having, because of his persistent stomach problems from drinking the dirty shower water, that he's spending most of his time perhaps tweeting from the metal commode, right? Right? He's like, oh, here it comes. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Severe stomach problems, right? Dude. And yeah, there we go. I saw this picture, that old picture of Tate when he got out of jail in Romania and they fucking put it on the toilet. Oh my God, dude. What a pig, bro. This guy is just a whiner. Tweeting from jail, something doesn't add up. Yeah, I mean, we don't know how this is going down, right? We don't know if he's talking to people and transcribing. I'm sure someone's tweeting from his account. I don't know what kind of internet access they have here. Although, depending on if he's meeting with his attorneys and shit, he certainly would have some internet access during then, but he probably has some phone access. I mean, he's making enough money that he probably has some access to the outside world. I'm sure with the amount of money he has, and I would be willing to bet that many of the guards at this place are like fans of his. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not in an inhospitable place when you think about it. I'm sure a lot of the guards at this federal detention center probably like this fucking turd. You know? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if this guy is experiencing an actual quite cush version of, being in this place. He is soft. He is. Dude, I mean, let me just tell you, though, can I just be straightforward with you here? I have known quite a few of the, macho manosphere kind of people. I have a half-brother who was in the Mr. Wisconsin weightlifting. He was, one of those weightlifters back in the 80s. He came in, 5th place, I think, in Mr. Wisconsin. But, these manosphere guys are the softest men around. They are. They're babies, okay? These manosphere guys that, talk this cock-walking shit and, berate women and shit like that, those guys are all fucking candy-ass soft. They're all mama's boys. Every last one of them is a fucking mama's boy, and they end up dating women who mother them. Okay, they do. They like women that mother them, that baby them, that take care of all their shit. They are like so soft. They are such babies. They are such fucking babies. Everyone I've ever known that was like a real misogynist, manosphere hard guy, every dude I've ever known that way has been butter. Okay? They're butter. They have no fucking fortitude whatsoever. They get really stressed out and emotional when things go wrong. And it's funny too, because they'll be the first person to talk about women being too emotional, but the minute something goes wrong, they are like, oh my God, they're beside themselves. Okay? They are beside themselves when they don't get what they want, when it doesn't go their way. They're just so, dude, it's always like that. Always. All right, hold on. I need to grab my phone, guys. We have, what do we got? We got 10 minutes. We need 27 in 10, baby. If we're doing this dance, if we're going to dance on Tate's Pine Box. I'll be right back, dude. Hang tight.
I just drowned. Abracadabra. 1, 2, 3. Please make them disappear. And whatever happens, promise me you won't leave me here.
Mom's permission. Dude, good tune. Let's go. Dude, somebody said mom's permission. That's funny. All right. 27 and 10, baby. Let's giddy up. Are we dancing or are we dancing? Let's go. We can do this. Yeah, dude. He is such a crybaby. Such crybabies, boss. All right. Candy ass. I mean, if he is having stomach problems, though, there is a good chance that he is fucking just, it might be just running out of him. That brown water in, brown water out. Oh yeah. Dude, anytime people go like, are so crazy about that shit. Dude, did I miss one from Jason's? Dude, let's go, dude. Dude, I missed one. Where's Jason's? Dude, all the way back here, bro. I missed a shrimp on the Barbie. Dude, Jason's! Australiana! Fucking shrimp on the Barbie, motherfucker! Dude, I missed that one. I'm sorry, boss. I just noticed it. There it is. Let's go. Like that shit, bro. I fucking, my bad. He does. I agree. He deserves all the discomfort in the world. Dude, Pretty Kate Machine dance for Tate's toilet tears. Let's go, Pretty Kate. Let's go. Let's go, guys. 26 and 8. All right, we're gonna try and secure the dance party, and then we're gonna move on to Trump's meltdown. Dude, Andrew Tate, guys. I'm gonna keep looking into the Baron Tate, UK Andrew Tate thing. I still think, guys, Baron Tate had something to do with the fact that Trump and company have all turned on Andrew Tate. Because, guys, everybody has turned on Andrew Tate. Dude, Jason's Australiana. Another shrimp on the Bobby. Let's go. 25, baby. Dude, everyone is turned on Tate, guys. Every single person. All like, I mean, you have some influencers that are still backing him. These Gomers online, you have like PBD and all that shit. But all of the power players, Trump, the people in Trump's admin, the Trump family, all of them have gone mute on this guy. All of them have completely gone like on, right? They have completely gone on read with Tate. and nobody's responding, and nobody appears like they have any intention on responding. And in fact, Trump's DOJ is like going out of their way to get him back to the UK. And so, like, something's going on, man. You know, the evidence is crazy. Yeah, but they had a bunch of evidence, Tony, in Romania, too. You know, they had a bunch of evidence in Romania, and they've had a bunch of evidence in the things he said online forever, you know? And so, like, I mean, I know that, I mean, the way I see it, I know that this shit lines up more because it's the reason they fled in the first place, okay? But I just don't understand, because on the right wing, normally, even when there's cut and dried evidence, they don't turn, right? I mean, you've seen how the right wing is. Even when there's evidence, they're like, oh, it's still a political prosecution. And nobody's fucking helping him now. They've all like turned on him, which is pretty wild. It is pretty wild, dude. It is pretty fucking wild, boss. Yeah, I mean, I want Tate in prison. You know, I do want Tate in prison. But he did convert to Islam, which I think is, you know, that definitely makes him not, you know, he's not beloved for that. Because you know how the MAGAs feel about Islam. They don't like it. Oh, dude, he might convert. I mean, you think he'd convert? That could be, it's not out of the realm of possibility, guys. You know what they say? It's usually anywhere between your first and third rape charge is when you convert and turn to Jesus. I mean, let's go look at Russell Brand, shall we? Somewhere in the first to third rape accusation is when the conversion to Christianity happens. Quard, fuck the manosphere influencers. Let's go. I agree. Dude, 4 minutes, guys. 24-4, baby. We can do this. Oops, 24-4. Let's go. Giddy up. We got this. Dude, 23. Will you do something on Nolan murder? No surprises in Mississippi. Let's go dancing with Magpie. What is the Nolan murder? What is Magpie? What is that? Oh, the Nolan Wells? Right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, on a boat trip with friends. Yeah, I have not looked into that yet. Right? That's fucked up, bro. Dude. 3 minutes, guys. Oh my God. Did you see the shit that Jake Lang is doing? Like, what the fuck, bro? Did you see how Jake Lang is, dude, 23, baby. 23-3, guys. 22. I hope the Tate brothers get what they deserve. Great Fang. Let's go. We do too, boss. 22, baby. 22-3. We got this. Did you see what Jake Lang is doing? Dude, they're fucking having a rally in Minneapolis, and they're calling it the N-word rally with the hard R. They made flyers that literally, with Shiloh Hendricks, the woman who fucking called that kid the N-word, it is literally the N-word rally. It's so disturbing. You think Tate was discussed when King Charles came? I don't know, let's call. Something's going on. Dude, it's fucked up, bro. It is in Minneapolis. Brutal. Dude. This is 2026 we're doing this shit. Right? And like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, that shit is bullshit. 2 minutes, guys. 21-2, boss. We need a big 2, baby. Oh shit. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's just, this is the shit that happens under right? This is the shit that happens under Donald Trump. You know, you have the N-word rallies, you have like mass shootings. Dude, Andrew, let's go. Dude, 21, baby. Or 20, sorry. 20, I'm losing count. 20. Let's go. 1 minute. 1.25 minutes, 1.3 minutes. No, Ivanka didn't convert to Islam. Can you imagine? Dude, there's no way. Dude, shit though. Guys, shit is going down with this Haley Stevens election. All right? We have to do one tiny pivot to Haley Stevens. We do. And because, dude, people are saying crazy shit on the internet. Like, she's definitely paying influencers. Okay? Haley Stevens is. Without a doubt, her campaign is paying influencers to post about her. Because people are posting crazy fucking shit. Okay? They're posting, I mean, first off, we had all these people that were posting, oh, she's growing on me. She's growing on me, right? Everybody was posting she's growing on me. And this was a, you know, central, like, mainstream Democrats that were posting this shit. Okay? I'm going to reset it. Then, okay, now it's like up the ante. Okay? And this shit is crazy, guys. Okay, let's just do a quick pivot. I'm going to reset the goal here for the remaining 20. We're going to fucking hook this up. And then we gotta look at this shit. Cause, dude, the post I saw today was insane. Okay? Look at this shit. This is craziness. You ready? Look at this post, okay? Thank you, Andrew Tate. Fuck you, buddy. It was this one. Richard Hanania, okay? This guy is like, he's like basically a right-winger, all right? I think, you know, he tries to be like sort of middle of the road, but he, you know, right? He's like, it's weird because he is sort of Democratic, but like not, right? Because he also does a lot of weird right-wing messaging. So he says he's fucking, you know, claims to be a Democrat, but then he also is, you know, like does shit that has right-wing voicings to it. Okay? Okay, but here's the post. Look at this. Okay, first, let's look at the clip, okay, of her. We're going to look at this clip of fucking, you know, Haley Stevens. All right, here she is.
Okay, some of you have seen, you know, there's those cool kids on the internet. They're doing the cool kid chatter. Some of them might be the coastal elites, making fun of how I talk. Not okay, says my governor. But let's be real.
Dude, this woman is so fucking annoying. But anyway, we'll continue.
Fun of Michigan. They're thinking they're better than us. And what they don't know is I am your voice. And their jokes and their criticism only makes me fight harder.
All right, now, first off, though, first off, guys, this voice has gotten more and more accentuated, okay? Let's look at what this guy wrote, though, first. Because I'm telling you, this guy got paid. Dude, BJ says Stevens has a chalkboard voice and a face for radio. I agree. But watch this, guys. Look at what he said. He said, seriously, how does this woman not end up president? He said, president. How do you even attack this? How do you run against it? There's no possible reaction but to submit. He said, I'm like, are you shitting me? Right? This guy definitely got paid for this because she's not fucking becoming president. She is backed by $50 million of corporate lobbies. The Israeli lobby, right? AIPAC. She is funded by every major lobby. Okay, she was endorsed by Gretchen Whitmer, but Gretchen Whitmer, I might remind you, her father was the CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield. These people will never deliver Medicare for all, right? These people will never, deliver anything but the current sort of status quo. But you ready for this, though, guys? Her voice is crazier than it used to be, right? Because look at this. Somebody posted old videos of her voice. Let me see if I can find it in here. There is, it was on the Haley Stevens one. Hold on, you ready? They posted videos of, somebody posted, there's Gretchen Whitmer. Remember when she was doing that in Trump's office? Where did they craft these politicians? I don't know, man. This woman I find so annoying. But there was, somebody posted her a video of her like years ago. And she does not have this same voice, guys. Now, the other thing I want to point out here, though, is how did you hear what she said? How she said, it might be the coastal elites. This woman, funded by $50 million of corporate AIPAC and every establishment, big money, billionaire lobby out there funds this woman. But she's talking about the coastal elites, which is something that the Republicans, that is a Republican line of attack, that to use that, the idea of coastal elites, she's funded by the coastal elites, and that is a Republican form of attack that does that coastal elite shit. Now, let me show you, though, where somebody talks about her voice. Somebody posted a clip of it where they posted her. I thought it was under that clip. Is it this one? Hold on. Let me find it. Somebody posted. Somebody posted a video that showed her. Oh, yeah. Here we go. You ready? Look at this. This is her, right?
Oversight, intelligence, judiciary are going to be taking up those matters through hearings and different investigations. And those committees are going to do their work. And I am laser focused on my committees of jurisdiction. I worked really hard to get on those committees for Michigan and for my constituents.
You know who I sound like? I sound like the people who I talk to in Michigan who are getting screwed right now by Donald Trump. Okay? And I'm telling you, I'm at the fish fry in Detroit. The fish fry? Joyous day.
The fish fry in Detroit, right? But what's really interesting, though, is she changed, but you know what it is, though, guys? So it's about the black vote, okay? Like Michigan is very split, okay? Michigan has a bunch of MAGA people. Then it has a bunch of young college people. It has Dearborn, which is a bunch of Muslim people. But then there's a huge population of black voters in fucking Detroit, okay? and she's talking about a fish fry in Detroit. That is like code for like hanging out with the black voters, right? And then she has like Jim Clyburn up there on stage. And so they're being really divisive. Like her whole campaign was trying to point out that like, oh, no black voters will vote for 𝗵𝗓𝗪𝗓. Nobody likes no black people like 𝗪𝗓. And this is the shit that like, they're trying to attack the DSA with the Dem party, where the traditional Democrats are trying to like they're trying to make sure that no black voters will vote for socialist or DSA or progressive candidates. And so she is like trying to make herself into this like, I don't know, harmless sort of like white hillbilly woman that is like some country bumpkin. You know what I mean? Even though she is funded by all this elite super PAC money. And it's really fucking creeping me out, guys, because I am starting, like we've always had a race issue in American elections where the Republicans are like really racist and they try to be racially divisive as a means of politicking. But now, guys, I feel like some of the Democratic establishment is trying to do the same, where they are trying to weaponize black voters against progressivism. They are trying to weaponize black voters against DSA candidates, against socialism, which is crazy because if you look at the DSA candidates, most of them are like black women, okay? Most of the DSA candidates are women of color, either black women or Indian women or Hispanic women. And the Dem establishment, though, is trying to weaponize the fact that a lot of black voters, especially the older ones, have a very like connected allegiance to the Dem party because of the Civil Rights Act and all that. And they're trying to like party line them. And they're trying to actually actively poison people of color to think that socialism would be bad for them and that the socialists are just all rich white kids. And like, I mean, there are a lot of rich white kids who are socialists, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of young people of color that are socialists too, It is really crazy. Like I've not seen it so openly, before, where it's like, man, dude, we're like now we're sort of weaponizing race inside our own party, And they will see through. I hope people see through this shit, guys, because this shit is like really faked. You know what I'm saying? Dude, and look at this person. They said, I've lived in Michigan for 50 years and have never met anyone as weird as Haley. She definitely ate lead pencils as a child. Now, let me just tell you this, guys. Okay, you ready? So I know people in Detroit, okay, white people and black people. I know people in Grand Rapids. I know people in Ann Arbor. I know people in Lansing. I know people up in Traverse City. And I know people from the UP, okay? I know like all those different areas of Michigan. And I've driven from Detroit to Grand Rapids and through Lansing and shit, and then down into like Gary, Indiana. I've driven through that state, okay, that cycle from Gary up through Grand Rapids, Lansing, and then to Detroit, and then out into Ohio. I've driven that, 15 times. I've been in all those little towns stopping for gas and shit, okay? And the thing about this, okay, is I've never met anyone, okay? And Jen Cole, listen to me, Jen Cole. It's not that she said she went to a fish fry. She said she went to a fish fry in Detroit, okay? Going to a fish fry in Michigan, but she's standing there with, you know what I'm saying? She's like campaigning with Clyburn And the thing is they have been actively campaigning her shit to hang towards like the country bumpkin that is going to be there for the black voters. This has been her angle. Okay, that fish fry in Detroit was coded language about the black voters, guys. And you know what I'm saying? She's been using Detroit as like a representation for black voters in the way she's been attacking 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪. And her campaign has been like looking at 𝗙𝗪𝗪's his fucking whatever, his rally in Detroit. And, oh, there's a lot of white people in his rally. Dude, she is, like, deeply weaponizing this shit. And, you know, that was my point. She's been weaponizing this, right? She's been weaponizing this stuff. You know, but anyway, guys, what I was going to say is what was I just talking about? Hillary, no, I know Hillary did the same. I mean, this is sort of like the Dem play now is that I'm seeing is fucking, you know, is this like traditional Dem party trying to like turn the minority voters in the Democratic Party against the DSA and against socialist principles. That is the play that I've been seeing. And I've really been fucking like I've really been fucking, you know, like disheartened by that, right? Because there are, you know, there are certainly socialist programs that would be like really good for people of color and really good for women and especially good for women of color. And it's crazy to me to see so many women of color be the, you know, winning elections as DSA. And yes, this is the establishment Dems that are doing this. This is the AIPAC supported big money crypto lobby, healthcare lobby, health insurance lobby Dems that are doing this, okay? And because what it is, guys, and hear me out on this, okay? I don't want to throw Obama under the bus, okay? Because I like Obama. I love Obama. He is the best recent president of recent times. But there was a problem that Obama didn't realize he was contending with because Obama wanted to do Obamacare with a public option. That was his plan, okay? Obama had a vision for healthcare that would have a public Medicare option. And then Lieberman and some of these other stodgy Dems, but in particular, it was Lieberman who said, no, you got to get rid of public option or I'm going to sink the whole thing. And Obama gave in. He wanted to pass Obamacare because it was going to be revolutionary, and it was. And so they passed Obamacare as it was. But guys, Obamacare, even as good as it was still just paying the health insurance industry with federal money. It was still empowering the insurance industry, okay? And so that was a stopgap where it didn't do anything about the behemoth of the health insurance industry. Now, Trump went in and gutted it, got rid of the mandate, ruined this shit, right? And fucking like made Obamacare worse. But here's the problem, guys. The problem is the Dem establishment does not want Medicare for all, okay? The Democratic establishment, we're talking the corporate moneyed AIPAC, healthcare lobby, Blue Cross Blue Shield, people like Gretchen Whitmer, you know what I'm saying? Like most of the Democratic establishment, they want Obamacare with some government subsidies, but they don't want to take on the health insurance industry because the health insurance industry is putting them in office. Okay, so the establishment Dems will never, ever, ever go to Medicare for all, ever, because it would eliminate the health insurance industry, which is a huge lobby for them. So they have been sort of convincing, they're trying to convince minority voters, black voters, Hispanic voters, they're trying to convince them that like Obamacare is going to be better for you. You remember how good Obamacare was? And it was good, but it wasn't going to stay good forever, okay? It was never going to reduce the price of healthcare. And it was also, even if you just add a public option, guys, even if you do that, a lot of places will put the public option all the way at the back of the line. So everybody who does take the public health care is going to get some of the lesser care, right? We really need Medicare for all. We need one level of care for everybody. And then if people want to pay more for health insurance for these fancy specialists, they can do that on their own, right? But you know, so that's really a problem, is that you know, Obama didn't really get his vision completed. He made a lot of concessions, and then the Republicans gutted it. But the problem is the Dem establishment doesn't want Medicare for all. They don't want fully nationalized health care. Okay. And that is a problem, you know, that is a fucking, like, I don't know how we're going to conquer that. They keep saying they want to make healthcare affordable, right? But like, as long as you have corporations, like, you know, doing healthcare to benefit shareholders, it ain't going to be affordable, guys. Excuse me. It's healthcare in America is never going to be affordable. And so I've not really seen, I mean, it's weird. It's weird, guys. I'm like seeing a lot of behavior from the Dem establishment that is really making me mad, guys. Okay? It is making me mad, guys. You know, $5,000 a year for Obamacare isn't affordable. Yeah, but so the thing about this though, BJM, is like some Obamacare now is not affordable because of Trump damaging it. Okay, when the insurance mandate existed and there were the pools and the government subsidies, there was a time when Obamacare was affordable, but Trump gutted the shit that kept it affordable. But my point was, beyond the affordability and whatever, we have to get rid of the health insurance industry, guys. The health insurance industry is a racket that is monetizing our fucking deaths and bankruptcies. And right, the health insurance industry is a real fucking problem. Like, we're never going to have good health care as long as the health insurance industry is a for-profit industry. Okay, what is always going to happen is poor people are going to get shitty coverage. Mid-tier people are going to get fucked over when big shit happens. People are going to drown in medical debt. Poor people are going to die. And the only people that are going to get great insurance are the people who can afford like the Blue Cross Blue Shield triple platinum plan and afford to go, or they have health savings accounts and they're going to like expensive doctors and shit. Okay. And so we have to get rid of health insurance companies. Like, we have to get rid of it. And it's weird too, because nobody likes their health insurance. And yet every time we talk about Medicare for all, people are like, oh, I don't want to lose my insurance. Oh, I don't want to lose my insurance. It's like, are you shitting me? How? You know? You know what I'm saying? People should get the same health care as Congress. Yeah, but that's complicated though too, Dark Woke, because Congress, they make $180,000 a year. So even if you don't give Congress health care, they can afford to purchase healthcare, right? So yeah, I mean, I think like they should, you know, I don't know how you would attack that, right? They make enough money where even if you take away their healthcare, they can still buy good healthcare, right? Let's go, dude. We got to do some shit, dude. What they do, guys, what Congress has is this. Congress gets their insurance through the regular Obamacare, like health whatever, the health networks, right? They have to purchase their insurance, but they only pay 25%. Okay? That's what they purchase insurance, but 75% of their insurance is subsidized. Okay? And they pay 25% of their premiums. So they can get a really good healthcare plan for like super cheap because it is 75% funded by taxpayer funds. So in addition, they get $179,000 a year, and then they get 75% of their healthcare fucking covered, right? And they get per diem, like food per diem and housing per diem for every day they're in DC. I mean, dude, they fucking like they're good. And they're campaigning, so when they're campaigning, all their costs are put on the campaign, right? Am I on top chat? I don't think so. I might be. Oh, I am. All right. Let's go, guys. Dude, we got 5 minutes. Let's go. 18 and 5, baby. Let's get this dance party, and then we're going to move on to Trump. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. 18 and 5. 18 and 5, baby. Dude, I see people online defending David Pakman. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Right? Dude, anyone defending David Pakman is suspect, okay? Anyone, dude. Right? Dude, Andrew, let's go, baby. Kicking us off. Let's go, guys. 17, baby. 17 away. 17 and 5. We got this. Dance party weekend. 17 and 5, baby. Let's go. It's only 3 a minute. Easy peasy. Dude, I'm serious. I'm seeing people defend David Pakman. Dude, fuck David Pakman. Just got in. Sorry, didn't know we're on the clock. Dark Wolf Nate, let's go. We got it, boss. You're killing it, dude. 16-15. They survive a SpaceX landing. We'll give them health care. Dude, let's go, dude. Dude, 15. See, I think that they should, like, maybe our congressional reps should only get the health care that's available to the poorest 25% of the country, and let it so they can't even buy any. You're not allowed to have health insurance, right? Unless you have the exact same health insurance that the poorest Americans have. Oh, wait, they don't have insurance? Okay. If, right, you take the lowest income, like 25 million Americans, and if they don't have insurance, then the reps don't get insurance at all. Dude, Pakman said he's a social democrat. Yeah, I don't like that term. Dude, Jason's Australiana throwing some shrimp on the bobby. 15 away, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We got this. $15 away, baby. 15 away. Yeah, I know. That was my thing with Pakman. 14 away. Kelly Brannon coming in from South Carolina. Let's go, Kelly. Dude, how you feel, Kelly, about Darlene? How do you feel about Darlene Graham? Oh, my God, dude. What a fraud. 12 away. What is meant was people should get at least what? People should get at least, I don't know what that means. Dark Woe. 12 away, guys. 12 and 3, baby. 12 and 3. Lurleen Darline Graham. Yeah, I just think like my thing is calling yourself a social democrat is like, what does that mean, right? Congress gets? Got you. Yeah, that makes, now I see what you're saying. Dude, 11 away, guys. I just don't know what a social democrat means, okay? You know what I mean? Like when Pacman says he's a social democrat, because it sounds like he's a democratic establishment centrist who says he believes in Medicare for all and he believes in, you know, LGBTQ rights. So he believes in these social like norms of things people should have. And yet he is aligned with a bunch of people that never actually do that shit and are not actively pursuing that stuff. Darlene totally is put there to do whatever Lindsay would have. Yeah, no, absolutely. Darlene is like a Trump stooge now. Let's go, guys. 11 away. 11, baby. But I just don't think, you know, I think Pacman is very much, you know, he's very much like a party line individual who talks about things, but anybody can go and say like, yeah, we really should work on getting, you know, Medicare for all. But then if you're voting and supporting candidates who don't have that as their platform all the time, then you're not really, you know, that's just talk then. All right, last minute, guys. We need 11, baby. This is it. If this is it, please let me know. If this ain't love, you better let me go. If this is it. Dude, Huey Lewis was amazing. 30 seconds. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, we have fallen short again. That's all right. We're going to try one more round 3. 25 seconds. We're going to let this run out, and then we'll reset it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard because people can say something, and then where do their actions lie? You know, because now I realize, guys, that, you know, the Democratic establishment, dude, let's go, Shelly. There we go for the news. Thank you. All right, so now we're 10 away. That was the 10th one. So let me reset this. We need 10. We're 10 away. But so what I have realized, and I just realized it recently, watching it, to be honest, guys, you know what has really been helpful for me? I don't know if this was helpful for you guys, but one of the things that has been helpful for me, guys, has been the proliferation of DSA candidates. Okay, because what has been different in this cycle in the last 2 years since Kamala lost, something's been very different, guys. Okay, and now check this out. Let me explain this. I think this is going to blow your mind because people have been asking me why I've been sort of falling from grace with the Democratic Party. And it's been because of what happened post Kamala losing. And I'll tell you why. Up until 2024, the progressives, and especially DSA, they didn't win a lot. Okay? They did not win a lot. There was a movement with the online people. There was certainly a lot of voice. But for anybody who wasn't like in the Bernie inner circle in the squad, nobody was winning. Okay? So you have these progressives saying, hey, the Dems are fucking with us. And I was like, dude, you guys just don't win. And if you win, you'll see. They'll like come to you if you win. That was always my thing. But you know what happened? In the last 2 years, guys, they've started winning. Okay? Progressives have started winning. And DSA candidates have started winning. And it's brought out the toxicity of the Democratic Party. Because now that the DSA candidates are winning, I'm looking at Democrats that I used to respect, that are literally calling like 𝗙𝗟𝗃𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍 a communist. And some of them are calling Mamdani a communist. And they're going after 𝗙𝐶𝗵𝗍. And they attacked the shit out of Graham Plattner. And now they're attacking Troy Jackson. And it's like, now that the DSA is winning, I am actually seeing Democrats that used to say vote blue no matter who actively attack progressives and DSA candidates like they're worse than MAGA. And I'm like, whoa, dude. And because now I'm realizing that the progressives that were telling me, like, dude, they've been shutting us down, they were actually right. That, like, they have been shutting them down. And you have shit like 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝐶𝗵𝗍, who is doing very well in Michigan. And, you know, Haley Stevens has $50 million behind that. You're right. It was undercover more, but now it is like wide out in the open that you see a great candidate with a lot of popular support. And then somebody rolls in with fucking 50 million, 30 million, 40 million. And then they start smearing them. Dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but there have been Democratic women online that are trying to smear 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝐶𝗵𝗍. They're already saying like, ooh, I think this guy abuses women. They're trying to drum up the like Plattner shit, right? They're trying to drum that up and apply it to 𝗙𝐶𝗵𝗍. Did you hear what he said about Haley Stevens? Oh, I think he's a woman abuser. It's like, yo, he's fucking campaigning against Haley Stevens. He should be allowed to fucking attack his opponent. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't get a free pass. You know, I mean, dude, you'll see them. They're all people online. They're like Shannon Watts and all of that crew, right? All the female Democratic voices online, Neera Tanden. I mean, dude, I don't even have to name them. Just type 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝐶𝗵𝗍's name in fucking Twitter, and you'll see them. They'll all be right there. They're not hiding it. Like their hoods are off. You know what I'm saying? Their fucking hoods are off, dude. It is crazy shit, boss. Right? It is crazy shit. I have not seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing that much out in the open is wild, bro. It's just wild to see that stuff. To see that, like, wow, dude, they really are, like, they really would rather have an AIPAC Republican than a progressive or DSA Democrat, right? That's the truth, okay? I mean, they want a Democrat, but, and if they don't win, they will blame the left or they'll blame the DSA. If they lose a race in New Jersey, they will blame the leftists in Washington. Right? They will. They'll be like, man, if that DSA person didn't win the mayor of Seattle, we wouldn't have lost this race. Okay? And they'll do that kind of shit. Dude, you hope I'm wrong about Neera. Dude, Neera is terrible. I hate to say, she is like super establishment, like junkie. I don't think she's a bad person. You know what I'm saying? But she is absolutely trying to undermine anybody who's not an establishment, like, you know, AIPAC corporate Dem, right? And I mean, they keep saying, well, you got to win in red districts. But here's the problem, guys. It's like if you put a bunch of Dems that win in red districts, you actually don't have Dems in your party. Those people are like half Republicans, and they're going to cross the party lines. Like Jared Golden does, like Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez does. Anytime there's ICE funding, Charlie Kirk, Israel funding, anytime there's that shit that are these core Trump principle shit, they're going to cross over to the Republican shit to feed the red voters, okay? And so they're like slightly less damaging red, you know? That makes her a bad person? No, I mean, that doesn't really make her. For me, I don't think somebody who's an establishment Democrat is necessarily a bad person, because these people have been in politics, you know, their whole lives, and it's their job. And she worked with Hillary Clinton, and she worked with the Clintons, and she worked with Joe Biden. So she believes in her mission. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think she's a bad person. And it's just the amount of change they want. And what's more is it's hard because there are, and we have to realize this too, guys, okay? Where we look at like the genocidal shit that goes on in Gaza, and there are some people who look at that and they don't see genocidal shit happening in Gaza. They believe that Israel has been under attack for 70 years, and they think Israel is just defending themselves, okay? And so the thing about it is that's where it really gets complicated, is some people, you know, the same way that some Americans saw after 9/11, we went and blew the shit out of Afghanistan for fucking 20 years and attacked Iraq again. And some people in America thought we were defending ourselves, right? That, you know what I mean? Like, I think most people in America, after the planes hit the World Trade Center, when Bush 2 invaded Iraq again, nobody cared. Or when we started blowing shit up, right? Nobody cared. You know, and because they thought it was like self-defense. And so that's a thing that's like really a stickler, is not everybody sees it correctly. Okay. Now, I think there is a correct way to see it, because I know that Netanyahu is a war criminal, and I know that he deserves to be in prison. And I know that they're using starvation and hitting civilian targets, and they're being very genocidal. Okay. I know this. But also, you have to look at, even with America, it took until now for a lot of Americans to even wake up to it. So certainly people that were, you know, have worked in politics and, you know, like seen this side for their whole lives, and they're 50, 60 years old, they may not get it. They may not get it, or maybe they'll wake up to it one day. But it's like harder for people to deprogram, you know? And that's why I don't like, for me, everybody that like, not everybody that is still connected to AIPAC, to me, is necessarily a bad person yet, because it's going to take a while for people to be deprogrammed. I think, especially if they're older. Okay, younger people are getting it more because they have not been programmed, you know, but a person who's in their late 50s, like, it's a lot of them, it's very hard for them to see, you know, Israel as an oppressor. And right now, that doesn't mean they won't get it moving on. I just think your programming can be really hard to change, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's like programming is really difficult, you know? And yes, the red voters are different, because the red voters, we know that they actively hate, like, fucking Muslims, okay? They hate everybody who's not, you know what I'm saying? They hate everybody who's not fucking, you know, white, Christian, okay? The red voters, right? Come on, you're 59. I'm in my 50s, Joy, but I'm also an exception. Okay, Joy, like, I don't know about you, but I'm an exception. Every single person that I went to high school with, just about 90% of the people that I went to high school with, most of them are MAGA, okay? Most of them are MAGA, but even among the ones that aren't, like, not a lot of them are leftists. They're all very cautious, like, Democratic voters, right? In my age group, like, the people that I know people from the film industry and people in the creative arts that are very leftist, but I'm just looking at all the people from, like, I went to UCLA, which was a pretty conservative school, and then I went to, you know, I grew up went to high school in Glendale, And so a lot of the people are either money MAGA, where they don't really care about human rights because they're white or they're white passing, and they don't give a shit about that. They're worried about their money. And so they like the right wingers. And then the ones that don't, though, still believe that, you know, they still believe that, like, Israel is our friend in the Middle East. I think the deprogramming is just starting to happen. All right, we got 3 minutes. Let's go. 9 and 3, baby. We got this. Dude, I've always been a leftist, though, guys, because I grew up under oppression, right? My dad was an authoritarian. So I've always been a lefty. I've always been a little bit of a new age lefty because I was always fighting fascism, like, in my home, you know? You know what I'm saying? But I've always been a bleeding heart liberal, is what they used to call me when I was younger. They called me a bleeding heart liberal. But guys, I liked the revolutionaries, okay? The guys that in the 60s, Angela Davis, like, come on, man. That was, now you're talking my language. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I like that shit. Dude, I liked Malcolm X, you know? I looked at Malcolm X and I was like, dude, homie has fucking got it figured out. You know, there's a time for being nice and there's a time for not fucking taking any more shit, you know? You know what I'm saying? Dude, Jane Fonda, she was pretty cool. Abby Hoffman, dude, Ouroboros. Let's go, baby. Cord, we got it. Dude, 6 away, baby. 2 minutes. 6 and 2. Let's secure this dance. Dude, they used to call me a bleeding heart liberal, though, when I was younger, guys. Dude, let's go. 6 away, guys. 2 minutes, baby. But I mean, I think the way I live is I live a little bit like a communist, right? The way I live. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Dude, 1.5 minutes, guys. This is it. Let's go, baby. If we're dancing, it's now or never, boss. 5 away. You are Antifa. Let's go, Sub-Rosa. Let's go. 5 away. But I will tell you how I live like a communist. Okay? Right? 5 away. Shit, last minute. Here it comes. Oh, shit, dude. 5 away, baby. 5 away. Dun, 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 dun. 4 away. You're a bleeding heart liberal, too. Let's go, Kelly. Coming in from South Carolina. It's got to be hard to be a bleeding heart liberal in South Carolina. Like, kudos to you. I don't know how I do it, dude. In Portland, we have such a luxury here. Like, it is so blue. It's like crazy blue. 4 away, guys. 4 away. Oh, shit. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Yeah, I don't know how you do it, Kelly, in a red state. Like, dude, it just amazes me. Like, props to all the blue dots in red seas. You know, try Alabama. I'm sure it's bad. Dude, 2 away. Let's go, baby. In honor of Footloose. Let's go, Shelly. Aussie with the shrimp on the bobby. We're 2 away, baby. 2. 1 away, dude. Andrew coming in hot. Here we go. The last second. We are at the buzzer. And the buzzer is sounding. I know we're going to get that last one. That last one is coming. Dude, I'm just going to move on because I know it's coming. I know somebody is going to finish it off. So I'm gonna consider that marked because I'm sure we're gonna get one more between now and the dance. Dude, being black in Wisconsin's got to be tough, man. That's got to be tough, especially if you're not in Milwaukee. Like, there's some parts of Milwaukee where it's like totally fucking kosher, but oh shit, dude. If you're like, you know, I remember, dude. There we go, Kelly. I'm a 41-year-old biracial woman who's also a liberal Christian. Not sure how much of a unicorn I am. That sounds pretty unicorn. That's crazy. So anyway, to say like how I am a communist, okay? Like, my communist tendencies are like not I've always been sort of like not about hierarchies. I've been about fucking sharing. I will, you know, like when I was in a band, right? When I was in a band, I would like buy whatever equipment the band needed, even if my bandmates didn't have money. You know what I'm saying? I've always been somebody who just fucking, you know, uses my money to support everybody in my fucking orbit. I've never really had a money issue. I don't own any stocks or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I've never been an investment kind of guy. I've just always been somebody who like brings money in, puts money out, you know, and sharing everything like, you know, I mean, I grew up the youngest of 7 kids. So there were 9 of us in a house. So I grew up in an environment where like there was no real private ownership of things. You know what I mean? It was just the way you are when there's 10 people in your house. You don't have any, like there's nothing you own that is really yours. Everybody uses everything. And so you grow up with a very communal sort of vibe to it, you know? You know what I mean? You do. You just grow up with a fucking vibe. And I'm also like, I'm not like an over consumer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person who collects a lot of shit. I'm not a super collector. I more of always like to spend money on experiential shit. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not cheap or I buy cheap shit. Like, for instance, we're going to New York City and we're staying in a hotel room that's on the top floor of a hotel with floor to ceiling windows and a view of the Empire State Building. So I'm going to Manhattan and I'm going and staying in a really nice hotel with a fucking view that I don't have here in Portland, right? And I'm gonna go swipe a credit card and I'm gonna fucking splurge on that trip and have a really memorable trip. Because I do like fancy shit, right? But I also, though, could go somewhere with people and we could stay in a fucking, you know, in a hostel, and we could go take a trip like that, and I can hang in that environment too. You know, I can go that route. I just don't choose to go that route, right? Dude, Miss Lisa, let's go. Dude, thank you, Miss Lisa. I love the lemons. Let's go. But you know what I mean? I mean, so I can exist in, you know, I like the fancy places, but I can go anywhere, you know. I can go any of that shit. I just think, guys, here's what I think. Okay? I think that food, utilities, housing, medical care, education, okay? We need those. So you need, like, you cannot have always escalating, like, prices on those things, guys. Okay? And now with housing, you know, you need to either have like public housing that is well maintained, or you need to give ownership to everybody. Like, you turn 25 and you get a piece of property, right, where everybody gets ownership, or you have to put some serious limitations on the number of housing units an individual can own, and no corporate ownership, no hedge fund ownership, no rich people pooling their money and buying a bunch of apartment buildings. Like, housing can never be a long-term investment income for people, right? Right? That, like, no. There are families that own like 10,000 apartment buildings, guys. That means they're extracting a third to half of the income of human beings that live in 10,000 apartment buildings. That may well be like 200,000 apartments. That could be 500,000 people. That half or a third of their monthly income is going to one family every month. Like, no, dude. No, come on. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? There needs to be a cap on the amount you can own, okay? And you can't have any shareholder entity fucking owning housing anywhere. No housing. You shouldn't have shareholder entities owning commercial real estate, right? Like, that's just ridiculous, right? So you have the fucking, the housing, then utilities need to be maintained in a reasonable level, and you can't have these utility bills spiking. Food needs to be should be mostly sourced locally for starters. Okay, you should try to get as much food as you can locally, and then when you need to bring it in, though, there needs to be no profit motive. You can't have publicly funded corporations selling groceries, guys. No, that's just not okay. And you can't have college be something that is for profit either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's my sort of communist shit. I just think it's those 5 industries, right? It's healthcare, education. Healthcare, of course, should be universal healthcare. But healthcare, education, food, housing, utilities. Those things are fucking, necessary industries that should not be profit. Like, they should not be capitalist profit, fucking soaking. Right? And yes, monopoly should be broken up. Absolutely. I mean, dude, it's crazy. All right, you ready? Let's look at Trump, dude. Let's fucking look at Trump because, dude, Trump was on a fucking bender, dude. Oh my God. Like, Trump, what is going on? Okay? Brooklyn College, like 𝗙𝗙𝗃 used to be free. I know books maxing. Guys, when I went to UCLA, 1987, UCLA was free, guys, for California residents. All of the UC schools. UCLA, UC Berkeley. If you were a California resident in the 80s, I got into UCLA and UC Berkeley. UCLA was free. I paid $455 a quarter, which means over 1 year, I being in state, I had no tuition. I paid 1 quarter fee. That was like an enrollment fee, $455. My yearly fee to go to UCLA in state was $1,300, okay? $1,305, guys, or $1,365 for a year. That's $100 a month to go to fucking a top 20 school. Dude, it was insane, okay? Right? It was insane. I literally, in 9th grade, okay, hear me out on this. In 9th grade, I was in Wisconsin. My parents couldn't find work. We were struggling. I hated the small town we were living in. I called my old dad's boss up in Glendale, a guy named Mike Fullerton. It was a printing company called Wright Larco. I called old Mike Fullerton up and I said, dude, I need to get to California. I want to go to a good college. Like, my dad can't find any work here. It sucks here. Will you give my dad his job back, please? Please tell me you'll give him his job back. I need to get back to LA. I can only do it if you'll hire my dad back. He liked working for you. Mike Fullerton said yes. I sat my parents down, said, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to college in California, okay? I just called Mike Fullerton. I arranged, Dad, you got your job back. It starts next week, and then we're moving back. And if you guys move to Wisconsin again, I am not coming with you, okay? I did that just so I could go to high school in LA, and then I got into UCLA, and I went to college, right? I had to fucking make that move because if I stayed in Wisconsin, dude, I would have been fucked, bro. I would have probably become an alcoholic and a druggie in a small town, maybe gotten a woman pregnant when I was like 19 or some shit, you know? And I was like, dude, if I get to California, like, free college, okay? And we had that opportunity, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Nowadays, nobody has that opportunity, dude. And you know what's even crazier? Dude, Elkhorn sucks. But you know what's even crazier? Have you seen what Trump is doing? Hear me out on this, guys. I don't know if you've heard it. How my folks take it? So my dad took it well, Max, because my dad wanted to get out of Wisconsin. He hated it there and he liked California. So my dad was like, fucking love you, boss. He was like, let's go. My mom was less happy because she wanted to live in Wisconsin and she didn't really like the big city. But, you know, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? You know, for me, they were both alcoholics and they were pretty, like, they weren't making a lot of money. They were struggling to get by because they didn't have high school diplomas or anything. And so I had to look out for myself, you know, but I will say this though, that like I don't know if it's right or wrong, but my parents always like acted like I was something special. Okay. They did. Like I had a lot of teachers that used to like blow smoke up my parents' ass and rave about me because I had this alcoholic family. And so I would develop relationships with teachers that were like parents, and I was an overachiever to the max. So I would shine for these other adults that were not my parents, and I would get a type of parental love and guidance from them. So when my parents would come in, my teachers would just be like, oh my God, your son, right? And so my parents, though, they respected that. And so when I made a really ballsy move, like we're going to be moving back to California, my parents would trust that, like, if this was something I was pulling off that was really important to me, they would trust that, like, okay, like if you think this is best, we're going to kind of go with it, right? Because they had heard all this shit about me. You know, they didn't really fight me on that. They fought me in a lot of ways. But when push came to shove, if it was like me getting on a sports team or me, you know, like moving us back to California or me wanting to get involved in some extracurricular activity, they would generally trust it. You know, my parents were not hippies. So, I mean, the best way to describe my parents would be that, like, my dad was, he was in the Army and he was an ex-con. He had been in prison. He had been in reform school. He had been in foster homes. He had a really toxic relationship. He was married 7 times. And my dad was a fighter, a brawler, a truck driver, but he was really abusive and reckless and aggressive is the only way of putting it. My mom was super codependent and, like, I guess she was really pretty when she was younger, right? She was like really beautiful and artistic, but she was super codependent and always made herself like a caretaker for some sort of abusive man, right? That was kind of her, like, MO. But my mom had a fucking heart of gold, okay? Dude, my mom had a heart of gold, though, dude. She did. Like, I could bring any human being to the house, and my mom's like, if I thought they were cool with her. Like, she was not judgmental of anybody I ever brought into the fold. She would treat a perfect stranger like family. She had a heart of gold. She would cook these huge meals for everybody and do it all herself and be like she was the craziest caretaker, right? And she did vote for Reagan, even though we fought about it, but she also admitted to me later on that, you know, she was wrong about Ronald Reagan. And she loved Bill Clinton and she loved Obama, and she definitely became Democratic as she aged. Okay, my dad loved JFK. He was a huge JFK fan. My dad was, because he, having, you know, been kind of like an outcast, my dad was not racist. Okay, he was not. Like, we lived in a small town and he was best friends with the one black family in town. Okay, my dad was like not racist. He was not anything like that, but he was extraordinarily sexist and abusive and misogynist, like a huge misogynist, right? But he was huge fan of JFK. Like, JFK was his idol. But then he also voted for Ronald Reagan. And then, yeah, men dug JFK because he was a fucking womanizer, okay? Because he was beautiful. That's why they liked him. And my dad liked the civil rights stuff. He did. My dad was a believer in civil rights. My dad was not like, dude, he hated people from the South. Okay. Now, though, what was difficult, though, let me just tell you, my dad voted for Reagan. Okay. And my dad voted for Reagan and like firmly went into the Reagan thing. And then, though, as my dad aged, he aged differently, guys. He became like Islamophobic. My dad did after 9/11. I mean, we didn't have a lot of contact because eventually he cut me out. But he started sending me like well into the time when I had like was deeply into being an adult. My dad would send me these like Islamophobic chain letters and shit, like post 9/11 and stuff. And he would send me these really raunchy, misogynist chain letters that he would send to everybody in his email box. And I'd be like, yo, Dad, quit fucking sending me this shit. Like, this shit is toxic. Like, what the fuck is going on with you? Like, dude, you know what I mean? You need to fucking get right with yourself. And so he got like a little more right wing, I think, as he aged. He bought into that. You know, some of that shit. And, you know, I don't know if he voted for Trump, but I could see my dad voting for Trump. My dad definitely did not vote for Hillary Clinton. Let me just tell you that, okay? Dude, right? Dude, waffle maker, let's go! So, yeah. But my mom, though, they separated, though. They separated when I was like 21. And then my mom became more liberal. And then my dad became more, I think, right wing, you know. But my dad fucking, you know, he like was really lonely and resentful because he was a real bastard. And eventually he cut everybody out. You know, like my dad cut me out and, you know, but I mean, his loss, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, do what you're going to do, old man. Oh, but yeah. All right. You ready? But some people live like they need to have an enemy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, guys, it's like there's a worldview, okay? And I believe a lot of it comes down to abundance, okay? And there is a worldview that looks at the world and they see like opportunity, and they see like even when bad things happen, they look for an opportunity at the end of the bad thing. And they believe in a type of abundance that isn't about money. It's more about experience or like an abundance of like feeling like there's something good in the world. Okay. And so it's a general worldview where you can even look at all the bad shit out there and all the shit that's stacked up against you, but you still feel like you're in the game and there's opportunity out there. And so you're going to keep going, and you can look at all the bad shit. You can look how the deck is stacked against you, but you're also like, whoa, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity. Oh shit, let's look at what's going good today, right? There's that type of like mentality of like, the world is here to help me out, or there is good for me to find in the world. If I look for it, I'm going to find some good. And then there's a mentality that is like, you know, like nothing goes right for me. And as somebody's going to fuck this up. Somebody always comes in and fucks up my shit. Everything's going great. And this woman fucks it up, or my neighbor fucks it up, or my boss fucks it up, right? And so I feel like one type of mentality feels like I have the power to do something, even if my life sucks. I have the power to like go out there and fight the suck, right? And then there are other people who feel like they don't have any power and that like everything that happens to them is from this outside force like attacking in on them. And I think that mentality, I think where you sit on that mentality scale can affect your politics. Okay. And I mean, there's a, you know, they've done some studies about right wing and left wing, and they've done some studies that have looked at like where it seems like a lot of right wing people are focused on their own experience and they're angry. And when something bad happens to them from someone else, they have trouble letting it go. And so they're resentful and they feel like they've been working real hard and they've been denied. And so they gravitate towards the right-wing resentment politics. And then there are other people that are like anxious and they feel like, man, there's a lot of people struggling out in the world. Like, how can I make this world better? And they feel an anxiety about how bad people have it. And they want to like put a genuinely different kind of energy out into the world. They want to grab the world and make it better. And those people tend to gravitate towards the left wing. And they're motivated not by anger and resentment. They're motivated by anxiety about the future and a hopeful belief that they can go out there and do something to change it. And so I think that kind of ties into that. For me, it's really about safety, okay? If you feel safe, you can be there for other people. It's hard to be there for other people when you don't feel safe. And it's weird because if you look at the right wing, the first thing the right wing does is to try to make everybody believe you're not safe. The cities are dangerous. Your communities are filled with crime. Right? The immigrants are taking over. The trans people are going to cut your kids' dicks off. The trans athletes are going to steal all the opportunity from your girls, right? They're like, everything is like a threat. You're so unsafe the whole time, you know? And I think finding a sense of safety really affects how you operate in the world politically, you know? And safety, though, can be hard. Okay, because it can be harder to find safety. Like if you're a black man living in a small town, goddamn, bro, it can be hard to feel safe there, right? Especially if you're a black man living in a small, mostly white town in the South, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. So it's like, or women can have a lot of trouble feeling safe in the world, just in general, you know? But yeah, man, it's tough, dude. It's tough, but you know, my general feeling, okay? I did see Elon's interview. We actually covered that yesterday. My general feeling about my upbringing is that I would not want anyone to have to go through what I went through as a kid, and yet, like, I got some really great things from that upbringing. I did. But I also have a lot of damage from that upbringing that, like, you know, much of it I've cured, all the really bad shit. But there's a lot of things about my upbringing that I haven't like, you know, cured. You know what I mean? I mean, I was like, I had a lot of isolation, so I'm a go it alone. I'm kind of a one-man band kind of guy. And that'll probably always be like that. I cannot, like, authority does not like me at all. I will never submit to authority. So I have trouble, like, having a boss. Having a boss is a real problem for me. It's always been. I got fired a lot, guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I got fired a lot. And I never gave a shit either. I was like, fuck this job, dude. Whatever. I don't care. You want to fire me? Fuck you. Dude, it's funny. Oh shit. You know, I've definitely gotten fired a lot. And there are a lot of jobs I didn't get, okay, because I would go in and I would clock the manager right away and be like, dude, this guy, I don't like this guy. And so I would give attitude like in the interview, right? Dude, so I definitely, if I didn't like the manager in the interview, I would fucking, you know, like try to run him up the flagpole in the interview, and then I wouldn't get the job. So I'd be like, fuck you, boss. Like I did, it happened here in Portland. Like there's a restaurant chain in Portland called McMenamins, okay? And so they own a lot of restaurants. It's like family owned. So when I first got here, everybody said, oh, McMenamins, you should go look into McMenamins. You're a waiter? And so what I did was I went to a couple McMenamins, and like the service was terrible, right? The food was pretty good, but the service was bad. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get a job here, and I'm going to improve the level of service at McMenamins because I was a great waiter. In LA, like you have good waiters because you never know who's waiting on you. Everyone's an actor or musician, so people are just good waiters. You know, that's how you make good money. But anyway, so I went to the McMenamins interview, and they have like a one location where they interview for all their restaurants. And like the guy was like so snooty, the guy interviewing me, and it was Portland. Dude, Portland, there's no good restaurants in this town. I mean, there's good food, but there's like no good service in Portland. You know, it's a little better now that people from LA have moved up here, but in 1999, the waiters in Portland fucking sucked, okay? It was like a country fucking small town here when I moved here. And so this guy, they had questions on there like, what's your average service per shift? And so I worked lunches at Jerry's Deli. And so I put that on a lunch shift, I would sell around $1,000, right? 1,000 average, anywhere from $600 to $1,500. And he started scoffing at like, oh, you expect me to fucking like you sell $1,000? And I'm like, dude, it's like one of the most popular delis in LA in Westwood, right where all the record companies were, and like UCLA and all these fucking businesses. Like, yeah, dude, I would easily sell 1,000 in a 5-table station in like 3 hours. I'd fucking turn that shit. And I even told him, I said, yo, let me just put it to you this way. I guarantee right now, if you hire me, I will run circles around every fucking waiter you have run working anywhere in any of your restaurants. I'm a better waiter than any person working for you right now. I will run them all under the table. And dude, I did not get the job, okay? I did not get the job, but he was a douche. I was like, dude, you're calling out my credentials? Like Portland? Like, come on, bro. Like, you have people waiting on me in, like, bib overhauls and shit. And you're going to talk to me about, like, being a waiter? Like, come on, bro. Dude, I was waiting on, like, CEOs of record labels and shit where you got to be good. You're not going to walk over with a fucking bib overhauls and be like, going to take your order. But, oh, shit. But you know where I did get a job, though, guys? So after McMenamins rejected me, okay, and they didn't like my attitude, and I didn't want to really work there anyway because they pool tips, and it's just terrible. But so you know where I did get hired, though, is I got hired by a gay-owned breakfast restaurant, okay? And it was, like, awesome. I was one of only 2 straight guys that worked there. And it was owned by a gay couple that also worked on the floor. They were totally cool, but it was like super high volume because it was a gay-owned restaurant business. Like all of the gay people in town would go and wait for like an hour and a half to get hired there. So it was like high speed. And I mean, dude, these guys were so funny because I had gotten a job at a Chinese restaurant and I had always wanted to work at a Chinese restaurant. And so when I was in the interview, they said, all right, well, we love you and we love your LA skills and all this, but we're concerned about you having a second job. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, we want our waiters We like our waiters to only have one job. We're pretty possessive. And so they said to me, they said, how much would you need to make in tips per shift in order to quit the Chinese restaurant and just come work for us? And I said, all right, this was 1999, right? So this was, 26 years ago. So I said, all right, I would have to make at least like 125 to like 140 in tips every shift for me to not work at the Chinese restaurant too. And they looked at each other and just started laughing. And they're like, when can you start? And dude, it was so cool. Dude, I was making like over $200 a day, right? It was amazing. And they loved it. They loved the high speed. They loved my attitude. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't know. It was perfect. It was a way better fit for me than fucking, than the McMenamins was. But I will say, I did get fired from the gay-owned breakfast restaurant, too. I did get fired, guys. I did. I got fired. I got fired because I had trouble showing up on time. And I mean, I used to show up like still drunk, and like the owner would put an Altoid in my mouth and Visine in my eyes and just send me out on the floor because I was still good at waiting tables even when I was still drunk. But eventually me not showing up on time got the better of the relationship. And I did get fired. Dude, I did get shit canned, And so that one ended up like, going south anyway. And they did get a little mad at me because I got canned. And then I called in to get my last check. And then they kind of like held my last check. And then I filed for unemployment and they tried to fight it. And I won because they held my last check. And then they got really mad at me that I like beat them in the state, in the unemployment fucking battle or whatever. Dude, they did get a little mad because I disputed them and I won. And so, right, I won because they withheld my check and some of the employees like admitted it. And they were pissed, but whatever. Dude, they were good dudes. I understand why they were mad at me, right? You got to know your rights, people. Let me just tell you, okay? Know your rights. It's very important, right? Don't let bosses fuck with you. That's my philosophy. But yeah, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, that's funny, isn't it? All right. Dude, you ready? Dude, yeah, it's good shit. I saw somebody talking about bartending. Yeah, bartending. I had a bartending job here, dude, where I was making good money, bro. Oh, shit. Dude, I had some good bartending jobs in Portland, man. Right? But it's hard work, though, dude. Being a bartender eats your soul. All right, you ready? You ready to look at fucking Trump's, right? You ready to look at Trump's fucking meltdown today? Like, the link to the Discord is down in the description. All right, let's go to the Truth Social, guys. Guys, you got to realize, like, this is the president of the fucking United States, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this is arguably the most powerful person in the world. Okay? He is the most powerful person in the world, guys. One of, easily. He's got the most powerful fucking military that he commands. I mean, look at that shit. He's kidnapping world leaders, starting wars, and everybody, fucking people over with tariffs, and everybody, for the most part, just fucking, nobody's going to stand up to him. But, like, what is he doing with his time, guys? What is he doing with his time? He's posting fucking memes, bro. Posting, like, AI slop about him, fake movies, right, of him being on Mount Rushmore. Like, bro, just fucking, like, just absolutely batshit. And look at this shit. Another one of him as a doctor. You see this spine? This is what I want to put back in Republicans. Like, dude, what the fuck, bro? Dr. Trump. And look at it. You know, somebody made it with the face from his mugshot, right? Oh, dude. Dude, but look at the body. I mean, they put his face on a body that's not like a swollen fucking sack of fucking cardiac arrested shit, right? It's always his body on some like young dude that is not like 75 pounds overweight with a fucking 6-ply diaper, right? Filled with fucking fresh Trump, you know? Oh my God, right? So he's posting some doctor meme. He's posting the Trump meme. But here's the fucking crazy one, boss. Okay? Like, all right, there's another one where I guess an air filter from Canada to the US, which is ironic because he was complaining about the fires. Well, like, dude, Canada's been breathing our fire air on the West Coast for like decades. But this is where it gets gnarly. Like, the other one he does is here with him in his Trump 2028 hat, right? And like, nobody fucking, you know what I'm saying? Nobody except his fucking goons. Like, nobody thinks this is even funny, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. He thinks, I mean, what does he really think? Does he really think he is running? Like, is he just trolling? They're all like, ha, 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 he's trolling. Does he think we're like upset about this? That we're upset that he's running or whatever? I mean, I don't think he's running. I think if he tries to run, we're going to remove his dumb ass and we're going to put him in a fucking cage, bro, and send him to fucking Uganda or some shit, right? But he's so desperate, guys. He is so desperate. He's got nothing to brag about. So he's just got to be like, oh, I'm going to run again. I'm going to be president forever because I'm so good. Because it's going to be my 4th win. Oh, come here. Oh, I'm owning the libs. Right? I haven't been able to find my penis since 2012. And Melania Trump is sleeping with fucking Justin Trudeau. And I'm running again. 2028. Oh, I'm going to find my pee-pee in 2028. I swear. Dude. Oh, shit. Right? So he posts that shit. And then another one, right? Trump 2028. He's posting the shit. But like, guys, does he think we're afraid of this? Does he think that like we're going to, I mean, what does he think? See, I feel like he thinks we're a lot more worried about this than we are. You know, I don't know. I don't understand the mentality behind this. I mean, because I did see shit like this, guys. I did see this. You may have seen it too. But you had people like libs of TikTok, right? And they were posting this. Okay, look at what they were posting. They're soft for starters. But they were posting, let me find it. They were posting this shit. Right? Look at what they posted. Right? They posted all of these. We're about to get to the Dylan Mulvaney one. But they said, Trump is on a roll today. And they're like, Democrats are having a stroke right now. And it's like, really? When I see this, I'm not having a stroke. Like, you know, and I mean, even when I do get like irritated, I'm not like, oh my God, dude, Trump has me so triggered. It's more like I'm aghast that 70 million Americans like voted for this chode. Like, how the fuck did we get here? Do we have like some group PTSD? right? Do we have some group PTSD from the pandemic or what? Because, yeah, you're right. They're like Democrats are having a stroke, but hold on one sec. I am not sure, okay? I think it was actually Trump who had the stroke. I mean, if we're being real, guys, it was not the Dems that had a stroke, guys. It was definitely that diaper-ridden motherfucker who had the stroke. Look at him. Look at him. Yo, Trumpy, what up? Do you want a hydraulic facelift with that or what, dude? Jesus Christ, boss. Like, yo. Oh, Trumpy. Yo, Trumpy. Yo, buddy, what's up? Dude, why is the right side of your face looking like grandma's titties, boss? What the fuck is going on, dude? Jesus. Dude, we need to get you the face zero, buddy. That's what you need. You need a face zero, right? A little like a C cup, dude. Jesus Christ, you're ugly. Dude, you look like shit, bro. All right, fuck you. Bye-bye. Dude. Oh, shit. So, would Vance be any better? Yeah, well, let me just tell you, Shelly, about J.D. Vance. Here's the thing about Vance, okay? So if Trump were to pine box and you say, oh, would Vance be better? So Vance is more cunning and he's definitely sharper and he definitely has those tech bro connections. So there are some ways that Vance is more intelligent and more capable. However, everybody hates J.D. Vance, okay? Everybody saw him as somebody who was anti-Trump and he became a level jumper. So nobody in politics likes J.D. They all can't stand him and they would actively try to like thwart anything he wanted to do. And he doesn't have dirt on anyone. He doesn't have the same pull. Like Donald Trump could probably have anyone in Congress like murdered, and he certainly has the cult fan base to primary people. J.D. Vance does not. He has tech money behind him, but most everybody in Congress, nobody's afraid of him. Nobody takes him seriously. Nobody's threatened by him. So I think J.D. Vance would have a lot more opposition in his own party. I think if J.D. Vance became president, what would happen is a lot of Congress would try to fuck him over and make him look bad so they could get somebody else in there. They would not want to help J.D. Vance become the guy. They would never want J.D. to have the keys to the cult because J.D. was a level jumper, okay? He ran with tech bro money for a Senate seat, and then he became the ally of a president he hated. And so they would be like, fuck this guy. Nobody in the Republican Party is going to help J.D. Vance get a leg up because they don't respect him. They like actively hate him and he doesn't have any pull. So I think J.D. Vance would get cucked royally by the Republicans. Like they would shit on him and make him look completely incompetent just so they could get him out in 2028. That's what I think. I think the mainstream Republicans don't like him at all. Now, the deeply Catholic people and the tech sector probably like him. But, oh, dude, I'm really starting to like Red Bull again. But all right, guys. So let's get back to fucking good old shit face here. Because, dude, here's another one. Look at this, dude. Dude, Donald Trump never looked like this. Right? I mean, he's doing another Trump 2028, but it's like with some version of Trump where he's not an ugly, saggy motherfucker. Like, yeah, okay, Trump. Yeah, he's never looked like this, dude. He was always grapey, right? Then here's another one. Dude, what the fuck is this, bro? Trump and JFK? Like, dude, come on. Right? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. This shit makes me mad. Okay? This stuff does. Because, dude, JFK was, you know, he had his problems, but he did spearhead a fucking revolution in America that, you know, he spearheaded some really significant change. Okay? And for Trump to, like, fucking compare himself to, you know, or put himself with fucking, you know, I mean, the only way, I'll say this, guys. All right, you ready? If we're going to do a Trump JFK thing, guys, I think it should be more like this one, okay? This is a JFK Trump collab that I am down with. All right? Right? This one, not so much. But, you know, that's all I'll say. You know, if we want to put him in the limo, you know, I mean, it's a little bit more realistic, right? All right, so the JFK, and then look at this, dude. Trump's cabinet, and look at him. He's like telling everybody, you must. Look at this fucking shit, dude. All of his pictures are like him as like a king. Dude, no, Jackie wouldn't fucking touch Trump. Right? Again, I don't know what this is. Somebody's holding an American flag. Dude, Trump's America is like people holding flags. Right? Right? People holding flags as jet fighters go over. Yikes, bro. What the hell, dude? America is back. Ooh, a jet fighter and a bald eagle. But guys, this is what the president of the United States is doing with his day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I unfollowed Trump. All right. Whoopsie. I guess I'm going to follow him back. You know what I mean? Like, how many tweets is this today, guys? What the fuck is he doing, bro? He is just tweeting. Panic in DC, guardian of the world, right? It's got Trump, the picture of him fucking the desk with like a stealth bomber in Iran blowing up. Like, yeah, that's not exactly how it's going on, right? Goodbye engine room, right? Guardian angels of the world. This fucking picture after picture. There's Trump. The only time he looks thin. The man who saved America, right? America first. Here's another one of, right? Trump 2028. Yikes. Jesus. Right? Dude, isn't it crazy? And he's like putting them on everybody else. Everybody's fucking posting this shit. And then him in a destroyer. This is our oil tanker now. There's a bunch of it's our oil tankers now. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, what the fuck is Trump doing? Look at this shit, dude. Dude, his brain, like, this is shit that, like, a fucking 60 IQ, like, redneck from Mississippi, you know, would be posting. This is like Facebook shit. This is like, yo, grandpa, fucking log off of Facebook. What are you doing with the fucking, this weird Islamophobic shit, right? What are you doing, you fucking weirdo? Right? And it's like, there's like 10 of them, bro. Right? Another Trump 2028? Again, this is all the day, dude. This is what this guy did all day. All he did was sit and tweet all day, guys. Okay? He did nothing today but tweet. Right? And I mean, this is pretty much what he does every day, guys, is he sits and just tweets. Hold on. Let me get back to where we were. Sorry. Fucking Truth Social is a dog shit site. So now we're like 50 tweets in. Look at this shit, dude. The new era begins among the stars. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck is he doing, boss? He's like some fancy AI version of himself. Then he has one about Rosie O'Donnell, right? Give the enemy nightmares. And now Trump's out there with some fucking demons or some shit. Gorillas in the mist, right? Anti-fucking late night hosts, right? Anti-Chris Christie. He's still talking about Chris Christie. Dude, right? Another Trump 2028. Then a Trump Biden shot, right? Another Trump 2028. Like all this AI. Dude, then he tweets about the Smithsonian where they're, did you hear about this? Where they're putting like a placard outside the Smithsonian that basically says the shit in this museum is not a correct version of history. There's like a warning label on the outside of the Smithsonian saying this museum is presenting inaccurate, unpatriotic fucking information. Dude, what a fucking clown. Dude, I mean, guys, this is clown shit, okay? This is clown shit, guys. Absolute fucking clown shit. Just total fucking buffoonery. Right? And then an anti-DSA thing, right? And then fucking, you know, some rodeo shit, protect, defend, preserve his big fucking great fair that had no people at it, right? An anti-Bruce Springsteen one where he has Bruce Springsteen and Chris Christie, of course, and they're portrayed as like ugly and out of shape. And he, of course, Trump is portrayed as this godly guy. But then here's the gnarly one, dude, right? Where he is posting this attack on Kaitlan Collins and while also, I guess, slamming her because he's, of course, using a trans person that they attacked when Dylan Mulvaney got that Bud Light sponsorship. And so they ruthlessly attacked Dylan Mulvaney, and they've been ruthlessly attacking trans people. And so now they've been posting a picture of, you know, Kaitlan Collins as Dylan Mulvaney, I guess saying she's mannish, right? And so now here's the thing though, guys, is I expect this from like MAGA, you know what I'm saying? MAGA, or even like, dude, I post some shit. I posted a picture of Scott fucking Presler doing his recording, and I was like, oh, look, Nancy Mace is recording her audiobook. Okay? I'm serious, guys. I took some heat from it too. I'll show you the post. Okay? Some people gave me shit about like shaming him, but it was this one where I said, holy shit, Nancy Mace is narrating a new audiobook. Good for her. Right? Now, so I expect it from somebody like me, right? I do. I expect it. I'm pulling some shit, you know, like punking the transphobic woman. But like, dude, I'm not the president, Okay? Like my job today was to fucking, create some reach on the internet. My job was not to get America out of a war in Iran, right? If I woke up today and I had to figure out how to get us out of Iran and how to handle like Netanyahu taking our money and fucking bombing Lebanon and shit, I would not be posting about Scott fucking Presler, okay? I'm in the pajamas, a political commentator just looking to make people laugh on the internet, okay? This is the fucking president of the United States, okay? This guy's job, who posted this, his job is to protect Dylan Mulvaney. His job is to protect her. His job is to make sure that nobody is fucking, trampling Dylan Mulvaney's rights. His job is to make sure that, the government is not censoring Kaitlan Collins and that she's able to hold him accountable, right? That's his fucking job, man. And like, what is he doing? He's like shitting on the free press. He's shitting on women by attacking her with all that smile bullshit repeatedly. And he's fucking attacking trans people and like mocking every like institution in America that's not a bunch of toothless MAGA inbreds that are fine with masked marauders shooting us in the streets. You know what I mean? Like anybody who holds him accountable for his behavior is like an enemy, and he wants to use the weight of the government and the weight of his popularity to try and crush them and hurt them. And like, yo, dude, that's loser shit, right? That's loser shit. Yeah, and they won't let Iran have a nuclear weapon, but they'll let Netanyahu, who's attacked everybody. There's Israeli settlers like shooting people in the streets of the West Bank, and he'll let Netanyahu have a nuke, or he'll let the bone saw people have a nuke. The people who bone sawed a fucking Washington Post journalist. Oh, wait. Oh, but wait. Oh, yeah. They gave his son-in-law $2 billion. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Saudi Arabia paid, right? How many times have we seen the planes of 9/11, like the planes smashing into those buildings? Saudi Arabia paid for that shit, guys. Saudi Arabia paid for 9/11, and he wants to give them a nuke. Bro, fuck off, dude. Like, fuck off. If Saudi Arabia can have a nuke, every goddamn country in the Middle East can have a nuke. Dude, the Abraham Accords. Dude, fuck the Abraham Accords, boss. Dude, seriously. Fuck that shit. And I mean, while we're on the subject of this, guys, can I just tell you? While they're on the subject, okay? While we are on the subject, guys, did you see what happened post Mamdani? Okay? And Mamdani made that speech about how I can't arrest Netanyahu, but he's a war criminal and he is wanted by the ICC. He has a warrant for being a war criminal, and I think the U.S. government should arrest him. And did you see what the U.S. government did, guys? The U.S. government said, oh, well, we should disband the ICC. We should get rid of it. And not only that, but they removed a guy already. Okay, Khan is out at the ICC. So ever since they, like Mamdani said, dude, we should arrest this war criminal, They are now actively trying to get rid of the ICC because to protect Netanyahu, man. And that is fucking so shady, bro. Dude, fuck Netanyahu, boss. Fuck that guy. Okay? And fuck this guy, Trump, and this shit. And he's posting a Bible verse, dude. They post a Bible verse, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this Bible verse. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And then the next tweet that they tweet is something attacking women, the free press, and transgender people. And then all day long, he posts shit that just attacked people and belittled people, right? Isn't that wild, man? Right up there with their Bible verses. Nah, guys. Brutal. But it's this guy, dude. This is the guy doing it. Dude, brutal. All right. Dude, that's it though. That's it for tonight. I've hit my fucking peak, boss. We did have a good stream tonight though. I gotta get right with the videos. I only made one video today. I mean, it was a banger and it's definitely like blown up. So it was a good video, but I was like I fell asleep and I planned to sleep from 3 to 5:30, but I didn't wake up until 9:30. And then I made a great video, but it took a good chunk of the day. Then I watched the baseball game. Then I talked to my son for like an hour. I talked to Bryce for like an hour in New York. Then Jenny and I went and saw a movie. So I had a pretty active day, you know. But we'll get to that other shit. I gotta get ahead. I've got a backlog of videos to make that I gotta get caught up on. Right? But dude, tonight was good though. I don't know. I feel like I really enjoyed talking a little bit about my parents and about free college. What about Tucker? We'll get to Tucker. Tucker's not timely though. Like that's the thing about the Tucker shit is it's not timeline shit. Like we can talk about Tucker any day because he's always just being a shitter. It's not like daily news, you know. But dude, Tucker though is in deep like anti-Israel mode and he is trying to get the keys to the cult. Okay? He's trying to get the keys to the cult, dude, in a major way. But there is like when we're talking about shit here, there's shit that's like newsworthy where it's like happened today, needs to be a video today or tomorrow. And then there's shit that is more general, like, you know, MAGA Civil War or Jeffrey Epstein file shit that's not breaking news that we can just update and I can make those videos whenever. And so the Tucker and the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗵 shit, a lot of times that's more that other stuff that we can cover it whenever. Because it's not like, you know, I could make that video on Tuesday and it would be just fine. You know, the Andrew Tate shit is more breaking news. And obviously Trump is, you know, monitoring his health is breaking news. I want to do a little segment in the next couple days about Trump's health though, because there have been a lot of people like looking at Trump's health and we do have to start thinking about that, guys, because I don't think Trump's going to make it to 2028. I honestly don't. I think he's going to pull a Lindsey Graham, dude. I think he's going to have a really sudden, like catastrophic health event. Okay. Trump is. I do. I think he is engaged in like his behavior, like I feel like he is aging like really rapidly, even though he's covering it well. I think he is like aging rapidly. You know, he doesn't look, he looks like he is using like stimulants and shit to appear normal, right? He's like gritting and sagging and holding on to the podium. And then some days he's got his energy. And then when you notice, when he has good energy, he disappears for like days afterwards. And then, you see him like at the White House Correspondents' Dinner where it's like, holy shit, this guy is mental. And then he disappears for a couple days and there's just like 100 tweets, right? But dude, he's like, that guy's almost dead, boss, right? Get in the box. Dude, cocaine retainer. Yes, I saw that. We're going to look at that video. The cocaine retainer. Well, and I don't even know if it's like cocaine or what, but he definitely, like his grit, like his jaw grit is getting really out of whack, guys. And I don't know if it's from stimulants. I don't know if it's because of whatever medications he's taking related to his physical condition, but he is his jaw, and it's like, it's like his jaw, it's on the opposite side of his sag, right? You know what I mean? Like his face, he kept stroking out and sagging on the right side of the face, and then his jaw is always clenched over on the left side, and like there's some like neurological shit going on with this guy, dude. Some neuromuscular the guy is not well. You know what I mean? He is, and he's a fucking shitbag to boot, filling diapers at a rate like, faster than Americans are filling their F-350. All right. But now we dance. All right? We dance, guys. It's time to get right with our dancing. Oh, dude, my body is beat up, bro. Oh, fuck. Let's go. All right. You ready? You ready? We're gonna rock this shit. Are you guys ready to dance? You guys got your dancing shoes on? Everybody, you got your dancing shoes on? Too much yard work? Yeah, no, it's funny. It's funny that you said yard work because I did a little yard work 2 days ago. Like we have one of these Japanese willows that is like, it's a willow bush, a Japanese willow bush that has been fused with a tree. So it's one of those lollipop bushes that you have to trim like a hedge to make it like a fucking, they're turned pink and white. They're really beautiful, but you trim them to where they're round like a lollipop. And so I fucking was working on that, and my fucking forearms, dude, are fucking beat, bro. I mean, it's fun, and it's a great bush. And we have it in the front yard because we have a dry well there that takes all the roof off of one side of the house and runs it to a dry well. And then we have that willow tree because the willow tree sucks up all that water. So we have a thing that, like, keeps our basement dry and healthy. But dude, I don't know why it was so hard at fucking like I need to get more exercise, dude. Oh, shit. But I spend all day in a fucking chair, dude. I spend all day in a chair, boss. Right? All right. Let's go. So, are you ready? I'm ready, though, dude. We're going to get limber. I'm feeling better already. Dude, I warm up quick. All right, here we go. Check, check. Yo. Time for a little deja vu. Let's go. Let's cut that rug, baby. Get it. Whoa.
It gets better, I wonder. just wanna change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better